the greatest battle. The lines are drawn, with forces arrayed, he stood to face his foes. Beyond Camlan his enemies march, and gather in strength that grows. His vast and mighty realm essayed, proud lord of high Camelot, mused, victory's likely mine, but yet sureness he besought. Such guarantee would sooner be with Merlin by his side. Much blood and tears may be as two when sparring worlds collide. Alas, by code no mage may aid, we're banished from his lands. He's left to fight with swords and spears, but no druid's magic hand. Allies come a-knocking and promise boundless numbers, their hands in need no doubt attached to debts he then encumbers. Though massive force is no sure course to victory on the court, reluctantly he honors their offers of support. Arthur turned to reassess and compare contenders' ranks, and strategize and redeploy new forces into flanks. But for every man and every troop he called amongst his own, his rival matched him 1-to-1, and then one more was shown. He ruled the day when Merlin left with cohorts all in tow. Oh, where is he at this moment when Arthur needs him so? For perhaps today, and perchance tomorrow, he yet may win his fight, but only he gives certain sweep, no matter what their might. Taking stock, the king reflects, he'd rather not engage. Perhaps a peaceful surrender might spare both lands of rage. Or he could slam with such great force as if by fate's decree, and save his own before mere chance of hostile mimicry. I canst not explain, he threw up his hands. We need not any more treasure. Why stand marshal to face fearsome foe, content by every measure? I have scoured archives, every chronicle, even pondered ancient lore. Such malice that a fellow king verily none has shown before. His unwise call, said he, therefore could never have been mine. For as far as England's history stands, my line has been benign. But honestly, your highness, his courtiers beg to defend. We stand by merely to counsel, command is thine to send. His footmen meanwhile recall, as do folks of English soil. It matters little who or what caused our region to embroil. From where they stand, they scarcely see his solemn signet ring. To them the call of council is the call of regent king. I do declare, Arthur concedes, I enforce rules of law, yet not a single one of them did I conceive in the role. Indeed, in every mandate passed I was puppet in her play, to enact obscure collusions and immoral debts defray. In great alarm and mortal fright that counsel changes tack, they shrewdly switch to strike with fear that foe would first attack. Beware thy rival, despite demeanor, is no lieutenant of charity. His hands mete out a slow dispatch bereft hand of parity. I see no sense, he yet demurred, in banter or ill will. He has no cause to begrudge me, and I of him none still. Some in council shift the blame to his father and forebears. They charge bad blood from times long gone, yet others blame his heirs. If thou art right, he then proposed, should defeat come to pass, we would stand our ground and fight to death, not be taken live in loss. One day such woes could be things of past, the Christian king observed. We love our brothers as ourselves, no justice needs be served. Now I grant our fates horrid should we fall and face capture, and that to gain grand victory with us with pride and rapture. But on either road much blood is seen when we reflect on the sum, and mine own mind will torment me till end of days to come. I shall not signal unjust war, I'd rather give up throne. No worthy English monarch ever was first to cast a stone. At just that moment, an adder paused its stealthy slithering by, and raised its head as if to peer at wildly withering sky. Bedware, by the sovereign's right, was quick to give him cover, and upon its hilt he laid and drew his sword to sever. Alas, the act upon foe's eye was provocation portrayed, whereupon he too reached for and unsheathed blazing blade. In panic, Chief Kai mistakenly feared loss by sheer inaction, so he raised his sword and cried volume, final word beyond retraction. At once 10,000 twangs rang out as missiles took to air, welkin cloaked by iron heads casting pall of great despair. All eyes shadowed shafts as they raced to matching force, and ears were tuned impeccably to heed their enemies' roars. Oh, dismay! The sliver slit betrayed a face fraught with focused fear, of such singular strength sparing not, that all dissolved to disappear. And then a strange thing happened to the arrows still mid-flight. They seemed to strike invisible wall instead of foes to smite. At first a crickle and a crackle, and the roll of rumbling thunder. Arthur stared with astonishment, the sky was split asunder. A deafening crash, then in stark silence befitting his surprise, he weaved weary steps to where wall was, and could scarcely believe his eyes. For there, betwixt half battlefield, an expanse of emerald grass, staring back at him were the remains of yon shattered looking glass.